Hey guys, what's up? This is Steve from Outsider Garage. It's about, I don't know, 8:30 or so on a really cold December morning, out in the garage. And we are going to be moving to a new, bigger facility to operate the business from starting in January 1. So we're only about, less than 2 weeks away from that. And I thought before we started packing everything up and getting ready, it might be kind of nice just to kind of give everybody a quick view of how we've been doing business up to this point, because uh, up until now we've just been operating this out of my house. So I have an office at my house that I do CAD work from, and that's basically where the business started, and then it expanded into the garage, and that's where we're at now. So I thought it would be kind of nice just to do a historical purposes type video, just to kind of, I don't know. I don't want to forget, where we came from, and I'm not by any means saying that we're turning into some kind of gigantic company or anything like that. But we are moving forward. So I want people to see that, starting a business and becoming successful is not limited to people with, huge pockets, huge investors. You can start this stuff grassroots. You can start it out of your house, out of your garage, and you can make something out of it. And that's essentially what I've done here, and I'm very proud of that. So as we move into the new shop, I'll be doing lots of video, and we got plans for renovation. And again, it's not a huge space, but it represents a huge step forward for us, and it's only going to be it's only going to be good stuff, because it's going to give us the space to do things that we could never do before and let us kind of breathe a little bit. So, anyways, back to my home garage, right, which is where we're at right now. It's not a big garage. It's a two bay garage, maybe about, I don't know, 24, 25 feet deep or so. And it's got 10-foot ceilings. We got one of these, main support beams on the top there that goes over. So I got a little two post, Max Jacks lift over here. And that's where we can work on cars if we need to. And so that being said, really, you could technically make the argument that I'm running this out of one bay of my garage. Uh, so, anyways, let me spin it around and I'll show you guys kind of the setup. So this is the back of the garage, and you can see there's a nice little workbench here. This was in the garage already, but this could be easily built with some materials from Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. And this has all evolved over the past year, obviously, but this is where we're at now. At about 2 weeks moving to the new shop, and we have all of our rows of hardware that we use for all of our products, and this is even like way too small. We've got a lot of the things that are just hanging out, up in here, pretty unorganized, that need to eventually be organized better. We have, a set of cabinets. We keep some admin stuff, our header cards, our stickers, our thank you cards, our tape, our all sorts of crazy stuff like that. And then up here we have, more overflow stuff. We've been, a big advocate of Uline, so obviously a lot of Uline components, which has been huge, and they certainly save time and make life a lot easier. So across the top, again, Uline, we have boxes, all different size boxes up there, down here, over here, up there. There's boxes literally everywhere. Yes, just like a Dr. Seuss kid story. Some remnants of the old office. There's like the original wire spool thing that I had set up, where we used to pull wires from and sheathe and crimp and everything. We got a little drill press over here, and this poor Ryobi has been hanging on for years now. Went through a few belts with this, a few stops and things, but this thing is still plowing through. I have a little benchtop milling machine, which we don't have room for anymore. And then obviously, like, I need to get more space for vices and tools and machinery and things over here. I got some neat tools. Like, I have this little brake here that we use, and I have this bender here that we use. Yeah, so again, boxes, material, some packing stuff. This is our poly bag unit, so we package our products here. Pull the poly through. And this little machine from Uline, seals the bag. And then it also has got a cutter that goes across, which cuts the bag. That is pretty cool. Here's our branded packing tape from Sticker Mule. That stuff's been fantastic. Big shout out to them. Really helped us transform the image of our business. And it's been fantastic dropping off packages and just seeing the entire bin at the drop off just filled with the Outsider Garage logo. Got some motivational material here for my son, through the years. Just coming out, nice to see that, and it just kind of keeps me going, because this certainly is not an easy job. Wake up in the morning at about 6, and I usually work until about 9 or 10 o'clock every day, and usually get like one day off a week if I'm lucky, but there's never really a full day off in that sense, because I'm always dealing with, trying to make sales and trying to talk to customers and keep workflow going with everything. There's always CAD work to be done. I find myself, trying to find small bits of time to hop on the computer and either push new products forward or finish up, CAD work for people. So it's definitely a demanding job, but if you are motivated enough, and you have the energy for it, it's certainly something that anybody can do. So I'll swing back now. This was a recent addition. This was like a little packing table we picked up at I think it was Lowe's. This was huge, because before this, all we had was this table right here. So this kind of almost doubled our workspace, but still everything is very tight here. There's not a lot of room. So I do have a part-time, helper who comes in, and when the two of us are here, and God forbid there's 3 here, it gets very, very tight, and with the point where you can't even walk past each other, and it definitely affects efficiency, So we're really looking forward to having a bigger space. But having a dedicated packing table has been fantastic, and it's certainly changed the workflow of the garage a bit. You see we have our tape dispenser over here, so this pulls out, to a desired length, and then automatically cuts it. And it also, puts water on the back of the craft paper, so that it activates the adhesive. So we can put boxes together real quick, pack them. We use this for packing material, along with any other recycled material too that we can get our hands on that's clean. And we can put our orders together right here. Originally, this rack back here used to be, outgoing orders and stuff, but eventually it's turned into kind of, some of the bigger products that we have that don't necessarily fit in our bins, and then some unfinished items that need to go into processing. And then there's also some larger part storage for some miscellaneous things that we're working on back here. We recently picked up these white mailers, and these have been great because we're using them to package some of our smaller products. And a lot of these are like our HD clamps or our hose clamps. And now we have an assortment of sizes, and I think there's 15 or 20 maybe different varieties that we offer of these. So we've got, hundreds of these boxes filled. And then we do like our IACs and stuff, the billet IACs. And then moving over here, taking up the majority of the space in the garage bay is the inventory. With some overflow on the ceiling here, and obviously I've got more in the basement and the attic. We have throttle bodies in stock. We're getting low on certain things, obviously, so we got to restock these. And then I'll pull you around here, and we'll go. And so we have these wire racks. Then these aren't commercial; these are just bought at I think Lowe's or whatever, and I got these bins on Amazon. So we've been through the last few months now trying to get everything not only packaged and on the shelf with the hardware and O-rings, but everything in the system with the UPC. So you can go grab any one of these items now, and you can see it's got a label and it's got a UPC on it. So that's something that we didn't have before, but obviously if to growing a business, it's very important to have that. Not just for the customer to be able to pick something out and actually know what it is, but for people who are going to be fulfilling orders to know what things are and make sure that they have a good inventory system that is making sense and correct. So this is the bulk of the inventory over here. These cabinets down here are also filled. We do have inventory up on the top shelf in the bins up here. And then over here is Cardboard Mountain and more bins. And then we switch over to the right here against the sidewall of the garage. And this is outgoing orders. So everything that's either waiting on an item or getting ready to go out sits here, and you can see we keep our packing lists out so we know what we're waiting on. There's some overflow product that still needed to come out here and get packaged. And then up on the top here, in these big bins and more of the white mailers is just all hose and HD clamps inside. These guys are filled. I'm not sure if we can see to the top there. And this little rolling rack right here is our light box. And again, this is what we use to do all of our product photos in this tiny little box. We got a little, like a padded pillow mailer packaging maker here, and a tripod, and some miscellaneous stuff on this roller. And over here is the, I guess you'd call this the command station of the garage. Mostly unpackaged inventory sitting in these bins. There's not a lot left in here, but there's some stuff, like there's some billet IX and some miscellaneous products in here, and a lot of things that need to get put away. Some 3D printed parts, something that I need to finish making right there. So we got our little laptop, and we do everything off the laptop in here, and it's just a little older touchscreen HP, and it runs the Shopify software. We can order our shipping labels if we need to from here. We can print things out. We can run the laser etcher. Basically this is where we make everything happen. This was the laser etcher that we bought way back at the beginning of the year, and this is where we do all of our product etching. So every laser etched logo you see for the majority comes from this machine. We got our little Rollo printer. That's where all the mailing labels come from. This little printer right here is where all the packing slips come from. Then we have our little testing unit over here, and we use this to test our pedals before they go out into the field, before they get shipped. So we have our Haltech and NSB software. We plug in a pedal here, and then we have a couple throttles up here, some used throttles that we use to test. And you can see this one's plugged in right now, and inside here is a battery, and there's a Haltech unit in here. You can see there's like a little fuse box on the side. And that's how we test all of our units before they go out. Some nice tools and things, good for the trade, good for the workshop. Again, this is the power supply for the laser etcher. And right now it's very cold in here, so I've got 2 little electric space heaters running, and depending on how cold it is, they can usually bring it up to like the mid 40s, maybe the low 50s. Today's a little bit warmer, so we're getting up into like, the upper 50s, which is kind of nice. But yeah, guys, that's this is the garage. This is where I've been operating outside a garage now for well, I guess been in the garage for about a year or so. Before this, we operated completely from my home office, which is about, I don't know, like a 12 by 15 or so space, and I used to have some racks in there, and I used to basically put everything together and prototype stuff right on my desk, and quickly realized that started ordering some serious inventory, and we kind of ran out of space. And then we got to the point where I think we have over 200 products that we've made, and we've got a lot more on the way right now. I've got some massive CNC orders coming. We're trying to fill some gaps with some low inventory and release some new products and push some other things over the line. That's a very, very exciting time. So you're not going to get any updates today about my car or any of my hobbies or anything like that, because there hasn't been any car or any hobbies for the entire year. 100% dedicated to the business, and that's been tough. Like, it's been really, really tough, but at the same time, it's been very satisfying. personally satisfying to see the response that I've gotten from the business, and it feels good to know that it's going in the right direction, right? So when we get some time or we get some space, hopefully next year we can whip these projects back out, get Nozilla back up, and the white GTR back out. This thing started up again, and maybe we can carry on with some more YouTube stuff and start having some fun again. But in the meantime, we got to get to this new shop. We got to make some things happen, and I'll do a another similar video update, I guess, once we get into the shop, and then this will all just be history. So anyways, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, all the support, whether it's been friends who have just kind of always been there and always supported me no matter what, any of the customers that I have that just, you guys are just fantastic, just absolutely loyal to a fault, and giving me a chance to prove that I can deliver something to you, and also it makes me very proud to be able to do that. And yeah, so I'm not going to get too much further into that, but either way, I don't want to edit this video, so I'm not going to carry on and on into nothingness. So again, thank you for all your help and your support, and we'll see you at the new shop.